Hey, and welcome to Star Wars 101. Today we're going to be talking about the Mythosaur. Mythosaurs were the planet Mandalore's native species. They were non-sentient beings and were enormous in size. In fact, it was so big that some people have said that its sheer size is on par with the size of a small city. They had 4 powerful legs which supported an impressive weight. The skull of a mythosaur featured large, downturned horns that carved inward toward the creature's jaw just below slanted eye sockets, and a mouth that contained a number of bone-crushing teeth. The skull of a male mythosaur was said to be slightly different than a female, but in general they were the same. Protecting their heart was a massive sternum of rigid bone. The mythosaurs were native to a planet in the Outer Rim, uninhabited by any sentient species, making it easy for them to dominate every other creature who made the world their home. The mythosaurs roamed the planet's surface unopposed until the day when the Tong arrived on the world around the year 7000 BBY. Immigrating from the planet of Rune and led by the warrior known as Mandalore I, the Tong sought to colonize the mythosaurs' world as their own. It is said, as we hear the Ugnaught Queel say in The Mandalorian, that the ancient Mandalorians would ride the enormous creatures into battle. But, after colonizing the planet, Mandalore I led a campaign against the giant mythosaurs, letting his warriors slaughter the native beasts using swords and axes as a test of their skills, until they finally drove the creatures to extinction. The Tong then assumed the name Mandalorians, or Mandoade, in the Mandalorian language of Mandoa, meaning Children of Mandalore, and renamed the conquered world Mandalore in honor of their leader. Though extinct, or so we thought, the mythosaur lived on as a deeply respected legendary figure in Mandalorian mythology. The calcified bones of mythosaurs were used by the ancient Mandalorians to construct their first cities and deadly weapons like the mythosaur axe, which used sharpened plates of bone arranged in a fan shape atop an elongated pole grip. Mythosaur axes were used by Mandalorian crusaders and other veteran warriors in combat for thousands of years and was often used as a ceremonial weapon. The skull of the mythosaur became a symbol of the planet Mandalore and its people. The rigid bone of a mythosaur sternum was taken from over one of the slain creature's hearts and carved into a ceremonial mask for Mandalore I. The bone mask was passed down for generations, worn by each succeeding claimant to the title of Mandalore. The image of a mythosaur skull was taken as the sigil of the ancient Mandalorian Keldu clan, renowned for its combat trainers. Another iteration of the skull icon was combined with the insignia of the Mandalorian Crusaders to form the crest of the later Neo-Crusaders. The Mandalorian starship company known as Mandal Motors also used the skull of the mythosaur as the corporation's logo. In time, the mythosaur skull became a common symbol in Mandalorian society, used to decorate Mandalorian armor, equipment, and banners. Some Mandalorians even chose to don the skull sigil as a tattoo. So that was the Legends version of the Mythosaur's history on Mandalore, and now I'm going to kind of explain to you what the canon version has to say about their history. The canon version has a little less to say about Mythosaurs, but for the most of it, it's pretty similar, except that they make sure to state that Mythosaurs could survive both inland and underwater. It is also stated that Mythosaurs had lairs in Mandalore's mines. They were allegedly tamed and ridden by Mandalore the Great and the ancient Mandalorians. This would explain why in Mandalorian Season 3 there was a mythosaur in the living waters. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below telling me what you think they're going to do with the mythosaur in The Mandalorian. And as always, have a great day.